So yeah, I think we are good to go. So welcome back, guys. To the new episode, and it's been. I think we haven't streamed for 2 days or 3 days right now. But yeah, so welcome back to episode 20, and like I said, we'll be building um a new feature into the app. So basically, at the last stream we did, we talked about the next stuff after this. After that stream was basically adding um, profile section to the screen, which we kind of like yeah, we kind of did it last, yeah, we did it last stream. This stream will be kind of like adding some editing path whereby a user can be able to edit their profile and also be able to upload their pictures and their um, profile details to AWS storage. So that's basically what we'll be working on today, and hopefully we also be working on. If we have more time, we also be working on what's it called again? Stripe. Oh yeah, onboarding Stripe Connect. So you guys would have heard about Stripe Connect. Basically, that's what being used on e-commerce that has multiple vendors. So in this case, since we are kind of trying to have the app will have multiple vendors who can actually upload their product into the app. So that's the reason we are trying to use this Stripe Connect feature stuff. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing that today. And but first of all, we'll be trying to complete the profile section by for the users to edit their profile. And yeah, guys, that's it. And if today is your first time watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the subscription button and also the bell button. And yeah, we will see you. I will see you guys in the next few minutes. So yeah, do subscribe. Let me see. Okay, cool. So back here. So here's our profile section. This is the home app. So basically, most of you guys who have been here, we have been working on this, all this stuff. We have been doing a whole lot of stuff. Most of you guys must have missed it. Try to go back and watch the previous videos, and you're gonna see what you missed. Yeah. So yeah, here's the profile section, and over here we have different sections that user can actually navigate from the app, and have the other section working. And we have been having this issue. So how to fix this issue is basically adding a key to the tab buttons. So that's what it's asking us to do. I've been delaying that, so let's try to fix it up before we do any other stuff. So go to my orders, and here is the tab view that we have, and here is basically the tabs that will be rendered. So each of the tabs that will be rendered should actually have a key on them. So that's what we have to do here. So I'm gonna pass a key right there, and I'll be using basically an index of each of those key, because it should be 3 a number. So you can see the error goes away, but we can actually try it again to see if the error will come up. So tap on this, and there you go. So there's no error on our other page, and the whole stuff works as we expect. So yeah, that's it. So next up, like I said, we'll be basically trying to implement the profile edit feature and uploading the images to AWS, and I'm going to show you guys how to work with AWS storage, how to get your images, yeah, public and all those stuff. So yeah, let's do that. Back here, so we could go back to profile, and inside our profile, if you head up there, you could actually see the edit profile test. And this edit profile test should have an on press. Whenever you press on it, it should actually take us to somewhere or maybe another screen in the app. So that's what we'll be doing right here. So that's what we'll be doing right now. So what we need to do is to tap on this over here. We need to add on press. There you go. No, yeah, no. There you go. On press, I want to navigate to edit profile. So we're going to create this screen called edit profile. For now, if you tap on that, you're gonna receive an error because it's not actually available. So what I'm gonna create a new folder inside not inside the home, but inside the screen. I'm gonna create a new folder. I'm gonna call that edit. I'm gonna call basically user users edit. I'm thinking of name to give the folder, but we can go with user edit. So inside user edit, I'm gonna give you add this edit profile dot txx, because that's basically our React Native file. And in here, I'm gonna create bootstrap a functional component. If you wanna do that, suggestion to get this suggestion in your VS Code, just basically type RA, so it will give you suggestion on how to create React components. So over you have React functional components without an export. The second one is React functional component with an export, and the third one is React functional component with a props property. Yeah, so basically I'm going to select the second one. That's what I usually use because I need the export. So if you select that, you're going to get the export default edit profile. And if you want to see how other ones look, so you can actually try that out. Yeah, so you have React functional component. You can actually see that doesn't have a default export. Yeah, so you can actually change that. Let's say RF React functional component with props. You can see that with props. And so let's go back and choose the one we have been using, the second one. That looks better. Yeah, so over here I'm gonna change this to have a view component. So add a view component in there. Yeah, let's add that. Yeah, so we have a message on the chat. How long have I been in this domain? You mean the mobile development domain or what? Can you specify, guys? So I'm gonna add a test in here. Add a test view. So basically add this. And in there, I'm gonna add a dummy test for now. Just try to test out the edit profile section. That's nothing more. So the dummy test is gonna say edit profile. There we go. I'm gonna save this. And yeah, so let's try this out. But before we do that, we are not yet done. So what I need to do is to come over to the app section. If you could remember, we've been doing this, and add another screen below here. So I'm gonna paste the screen name somewhere so I can actually remember it. I'm gonna should copy this, head over here, paste this, and get over this, use it to edit this, replace whatever is in here, because we already have a page, full 4 page. Basically move all these tests also. There you go. Then import this. Gonna save that. So let's try this again. So we have this screen created right now. So the next stuff we need to basically do is to get this hooked up so that whenever user taps on it, it should be able to navigate to this edit profile. And I think we already did that before creating this edit profile. So let's go back inside the profile section. Yeah, we did that. So let's try this. Tap here, and it's working. So we are able to navigate to the edit profile section. That's cool. That's good. Yeah, so far let's start working on the edit profile section. So what do we need to achieve here? We basically need our app to actually have to look like this. I think it's not actually within the design that we have. I think I use multiple combination of different designs to achieve that. Let's see. So there's the main design of the app we are using. It doesn't have the edit profile section. Yeah, I could remember because I kind of did that on my own by combining different designs. So that's basically how you do it. When you don't have a design to look through or something like that, just get a reference and work out something with the references you have. So I'm gonna get a reference for you guys. Just give me a moment. I think somewhere in my Dribble account. Let's see. There we go. So I got it. Paste that in here. So basically, we are trying to achieve something similar to this, but it's gonna be on. It's gonna look with the look is going to be different. Basically, it's going to take our app look and design all the stuff, but it's going to look basically have this image and icon. Then you have the name input field. Then you have the email field and the phone number field. That's basically what we need. We don't need all these extra inputs there for the user. Just basically the name, basically the image section, so they can be able to update their profile and change their profile pictures. And next is basically to be able to update their names, change their names. So that's basically what we're trying to do. Like I said, that's basically what the edit profile is all about. So let's hop on that. I'm trying to start working on this. So over here, there's our view. I'm gonna create a style sheet in here. Style sheet and make that possible. So yeah, kind of like this author suggestion from GitHub. Kind of like helps you faster, code faster. So there we go. Inside the edit, gonna copy out some stuff. Yeah, first we need to add the controllers in there. In here, create this. Let's go and import whatever that's in here from React Hook. Plus, we'll be using React Form Hook for our controller. Basically, for the input field, we want to use React Hook for the validation and controlling and all that stuff. So that's why we're adding that. And I'm going to set up the US Form Hook. That works with use form. So paste this. That's what lot of errors going on. So let's change this. Import use form. Our inputs, our use form over here, we start having the default data. Like whenever the user taps on this and goes over to the edit profile, the default data for the input field should actually be their current username or details or email they already did during the registration. So we don't need to actually change that. So just keep it there for them. Next up is to add use, resolver, and YOP. So YOP is for our validation. If you're familiar with React Web, you should have known working with YOP. So YOP basically helps you to validate input field by adding some validation schemas and all those stuff. You're gonna see that in a bit. Show you guys what that does. So over here, we create this is how to create a YOP schema, a schema from YOP. So that's start with constant schema is equals to YOP, and that's dot object dot shape. And what's the shape of this validation? That's basically what this is all about. First of all, we are telling it that these are the three input fields that we have. One should be username, the second one should be email, and the third one should be phone number. The username should be at least 3 minimum characters, and it should be required. The user should fill it up. The email should be a string, and email should be a valid email, and also the email is required. And the phone number should be a string, is required. That's phone number for us. So that's basically our validation over here. We can actually go miles more deep to actually make sure that this phone number works really, validates a real phone number and not some jargon numbers or text inside it. So that's one way to actually look at it. So basically, let's get hold of our user data, which is from current user. So user data is called basically the current user details. And to get that, I'm going to use constant user data. Remember how we do that? We get that from our record So if you could remember, we are using Recoil for state management. So there we go with our auto suggestion again. It suggested the whole stuff that we're missing. And there we go, Recoil. Use Recoil value. And the state we are trying to use from Recoil is basically the user data model state, which comprises the username of the user, the current user, their email address, their phone number, all the stuff. So that's basically what we're trying to do here. It's kind of telling us that this user does not have a model, phone number doesn't exist on this user. So let's take a look. Let's see if that's true. The user model, which should be from a schema. Schema. There you go. Schema, GraphQL schema, and user data model, which is this, should have email. Okay, picture URL, user data type, Stripe ID. Okay, it doesn't have a phone number. I think it should have a phone number because let's take a look at our real AWS backend. These are AWS. Let's get this up. So guys, I need to get my Chrome tab over this because the AWS currently shows up on my Chrome. That's where I'm using it. Signing into the console. Okay, then we need to add a so guys, I'm trying to get the AWS up so you guys can follow me along. Okay, there we go. We got our AWS showing up right there. So like I said, we need to add our user model data should actually have a phone number option, a phone number parameter in it. So but we are missing it. So let's see if that's actually in our model right here in our amplify console, because all your model that you create will always be in there. So yeah, you can cross-check the crowd model version and the local model version to see if you're missing any stuff. So gonna launch Studio. Okay, so come on, we should be fast. Yeah, but while that is going on, let's kind of like complete this. Let's continue while it's kind of still loading. So over here in our edit profile, like I said, there are some over here we need to fix it, but we are going to fix that, but for now let's leave it that way. And keyboard default type, so our input field should have a keyboard type field in it. So let's go back to the test input, not this. So here we go, it doesn't have that, but we need to add it. So I'm gonna say keyboard type should be either default, or that's gonna be this. So you can actually add that here, saying keyboard default, and you could get that to be keyboard type options. Should be keyboard type options. I need to import this type. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so the type is basically keyboard type option or undefined, and you're gonna pass it in here. So right now, if you go back, head back to where we came from, because where we came from is actually amazing. So there you go. The error is fixed right now. Next is basically is telling us we don't have this property called custom style. I'm gonna add that too. Head over to the input test field. Yeah, so I'm gonna add another field over here called that. There you go, and that should be part of our input, our styles property right there. Save that and head over to where we came from, because where we came from is good. There we go. So we don't have any errors to fix apart from what we are having here. And I think our AWS amplify console is ready, so you can actually take a look. Let's see. It looks like it's actually not ready yet. It's still telling me it's loading. Let's actually see that it's loading. Well, let's take a look at the data path. Yeah, so here we go. And if you take a look at the data, you could actually see that, where is it again, the user, yeah, the user data model should actually have a phone number added to it and shop all this stuff. So we need to pull the data back in. So that's the issue. So let's go ahead and pull this data in. I'm gonna say cd out of iOS folder, and then basically run this code. Are you sure you would like to continue? I'll just say yes, you would like to continue, and this will fetch changes. So kind of have to give it a moment to actually finish up, and I think it's done. Let's take a look at our GraphQL, and now you can actually see the phone number is added. So yeah, that's cool. That's one. Back to our edit page, edit profile. I just need to fix something up. So what I'm doing is kind of related to AWS secrets, so I don't need to, basically my API secrets. So as I'm moving it out, it's always good to protect your API secrets. You don't need to kind of let it out there. Might fall into the hands of the wrong users, and they might do something you are not expecting. What just happened? Okay. Let's create a new terminal for some reason. Let's see. So yeah, basically we have two terminals at the moment, so let's use any of them. So there we go. So right now you can actually see the issue is now solved. The phone number is fixed. You can see that working. So let's save this and then head over to edit profile, and you can see the input field added, and it's having the current username, so that's amazing. So it's having the name Kelvin, which is the current username. So yeah, that's cool, we are getting somewhere. And if I scroll down, you could see that this doesn't have a spacing between it, and this also doesn't have a top spacing around it. So how to fix that is I'm going to wrap this inside a new view, wrap it inside a view of its own, paste this code, and this view is going to have a style property, and basically the style is all about adding a padding horizontal to it. So let's say style is equals to, you go and have padding horizontal, you can actually say that should be 20, or let's say 30. Yeah, there you go. You can actually see the spacing around the whole stuff. So that's cool. Next, we need to add other input fields. So I'm going to copy that. So basically paste them, format, save, and you can see that this already is pre-filled because we already have the user email during the registration. So this already pre-filled. The phone number, because we didn't ask the user phone number during registration, so we're not able to get a phone number showing up there. So that's already difference there. So next stuff is to add other properties. I'm going to add a button that will help us to save a user. But before we do that, let's fix the top parts of this app. Also, if you guys could also notice there's an issue right here. If you tap on this, and you can't dismiss the keyboard anymore, so this keyboard cannot be dismissed any longer. So we need to fix that. One way to fix that is to wrap all this stuff. Just wrap the whole come on, for goodness sake, come on, yeah, oh, yeah. So I'm gonna copy all this. What's happened? Basically, if that's gonna give me a tough time to copy, I'm basically gonna say at the top over there, add touchable opacity to it. Yeah, add a touchable opacity. There you go. Because we are trying to use this to dismiss the keyboard when the user taps on the input field. So get that, and then use that to wrap the whole stuff. And I think we succeeded on doing that. And next we are going to say unpress. So whenever there's an unpress on the touchable opacity, which is basically wrapping the whole field, we are going to call a function, and that function is basically directly from React itself, React Native, and it's called keyboard. Yeah, we got that, keyboard. Basically use it in here. I'm going to say keyboard dot dismiss if there's already a keyboard showing up, and you can see that that works immediately. So if you tap on this and and tap outside, it goes off. Tap on this, tap outside, it goes up. But you can actually see that issue. If you tap on this, you can see that effect. We don't want that effect showing up. To fix that, so you have to use what we call active opacity. Set the active opacity to somewhere 1 full opacity, so that you won't see that effect showing up again. So if you tap outside, you won't see the effect showing up. Let's try one more thing over here. Let's see, effects. So right now the reason why I added the flex one is because I want this to take the full width of the screen, available screen. So that's the reason we added the flex one. So if you see, now if you tap anywhere, this keyboard goes away. That's cool. Next stuff right there is to add our styles. I'm gonna add a style property to the parent view here. I'm gonna say styles is equals to styles dot container, and we need to imply add this container style right here. But it makes sense to copy it already, since I already have the container showing up on the design somewhere. So I already need to just copy it and just talk about it. Yeah, so there we go. But there's a case here, it requires us to have the screen height property. And if you guys could remember, there's ways to get that, which I talked about. I've been talking about. So the way to do that is to use constant. Constant screen height is equals to dimension, get dimension dot window dot height. So basically this will get us the available height in the screen. So that's why we are using this. And you see this error is fixed, and this dimension is imported from React Native itself. That's where we got the dimension stuff. And save that. You see the padding top is already added. This is pushed down. And next we need to add some few properties in here. Basically that will be our navigation, back navigation buttons and other stuff. And yeah, so let's start adding that. I'm just going to copy it over and paste the codes right there, and remove these edit profile text, the dummy text we added before, and go ahead and import most of these. And now we are left with the navigation. Let's fix that. Create a navigation over here at the top, which is going to be constant. Okay, not a capital constant, it's constant. Use navigation, import the use navigation, because this will actually help us with our navigation problems in React, navigating back and forth through the screens and all those stuff. I see the error is fixed. Now it's remaining these two styles over here, so I'm going to copy that styles over. So it's called top head style and title style. I created that, so you guys can see what that looks like over here. Paste and fix. So let's take a look. So the top head style is actually the container for the top part of the app. So let's set this so you can actually see that. You can actually see what I mean. So this has a view, is a parent. Okay, no, there is a view, and inside the view you have something called top head, and we have another one called padding horizontal. We added this own padding to it, which is separate from the body padding itself. And inside it has the two children, back button and text. And if you take a look, I'm saying that the top head should have a flow, flex direction should be flow, not flow, should be row. So the flex direction should be row, and you can actually see that they are in a row layout. And next is a title, and the title should have font family enter both, font size 20, margin left 20, margin top 3. That's all we need. You can see that showing up. If you take a look at the design we are looking at, basically this is here and this is in the center. But from how we have structured our app right from time, if you take a look on the structure of our app, right from time, it should be closer to this. So yeah, so that's what we keep. The only difference is inside my other section. That's the only difference there, but other ones is kind of taking the same shape. Yeah, so keep it still the same. And I think one more thing that's remaining is to add a profile image section, which we're going to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead over here and copy the code so I could actually be fast with this. So head back over here. Once we get the code copied, so I'm gonna paste it somewhere here. Image container is basically what I need to create on my own, and we need to create that. So I'm gonna create a reusable component called image container. You're gonna see how that looks. So the image container, I'm gonna put it somewhere here. I'm going to put it somewhere here. At the top, yeah, just put it at the top. Yeah, top over here. Is requesting for image components, import that, and also the icon, but this always messes up the icon. It doesn't import the icon the way we want it, so we need to fix the icon importation. Yeah, so that's fixed. The what is remaining is basically the styles, the image wrapper style, the image style, and the camera icon style. Like I said, I already have all these imprints for you guys, so so you can actually be fast on this. So I'm going to copy those styles over. Let's copy that styles over and paste that somewhere here. V, and let's see if there's something we're missing, except this place. So I'm going to comment this out for now, save this, and you can actually see that showing up. That's cool. And that's basically from, if you take a look at the design we have here, it has this logo border around it and it has this icon at the top, and also the same we are doing here. So we are saying we are adding a default image here So basically, if there's no image, add this default image. So that's the only difference there. But you guys are going to see when there's image, it's going to replace it just like what we have in here. So we have that. But another stuff we need to add is the progress bar. So I want to add a progress bar so that when the user is kind of like uploading their image, so we can actually tell them, okay, something is happening, so they won't be kind of like looking at it. So why is their image not showing up? Because when you pick an image, it shouldn't show up immediately. So we want to upload it and show it to the user. So I'm going to add a progress bar somewhere here, and we need to import this. I think we need to add this is a package on its own, and it's called React Native Progress. So let's add that. So it's a package called React Native Progress. There you go. Install that using npm. So I'm gonna say npm I for install, enter. So that basically install the npm package for us. So let's wait for the installation to actually finish, so that we can actually do the whole other stuff. So yeah, the installation is done with, so I could go ahead and import this over here. Still telling me to change the spelling, so you couldn't still recognize it. Try again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm basically need to import this time around. Yeah, but it's gonna see how to do that. So let's import that. So go import progress. That will fix the issue we're having here. So basically, we are using this this package called React Progress. Yeah, you guys can find the package on npm. So I'm going to show you guys what the package is all about. And yeah, so there we go. Paste this in here. So we're going to use React Native Progress npm. And you guys can actually see the package. So this is what the package is doing. Adding a progress for our app. So yeah, that's it. We don't need to do it by ourselves. We can actually implement this customized way from the scratch, but I don't need to do that since we already have something out there. So why kind of like implement it again, where you can actually reuse what you have out there and save time. So yeah, that's the reason we are leaving it that way. So yeah, let's get back in. Since that is added, just go back straight to edit profile and the image progress. So this should be created. I'm gonna call that image upload. So I'm going to put the two code, the code for that. So the code for both the image upload and the image progress. So let's import that and add it over here. So I think the issues are fixed, so we're not having the errors anymore, except the launch image picker that we need to create right away. So this will help us to upload images to AWS. So I'm going to say constant launch image picker is an asynchronous function. There you go, and you can actually see the path here is fixed. And if you go ahead and save this, head over here, edit profile. So you can actually see this showing up. There's not too much changes. The last stuff we need to add here before we start implementing the upload and edit and all those stuff is a button. So we need a button to be added. So I'm gonna add a button. Remember the way we have been adding our button by using the custom component we created. So there's no need of doing it again. So I'll just import it and add it here. So that's basically the custom components we did in our last previous videos. And it's going to have a function called save data, and I'm going to apply that, create that over here. That should be constant save data. which is going to require a data, and there you go. Now I think that is also fixed. So if you go ahead and save this whole stuff, you will, okay, I'm not tapping outside. Okay, so there you go. So tapping over here, and whenever you tap, so that's cool. Say that the phone number is required. Go back again. So yeah, that's cool right now. So let's work on implementing the image upload to our AWS storage, and also picking an image and all those stuff. So let's work on that right now. So inside the function that we created, remember we created a dummy function over here. I'm gonna use what we call, so there's a package for uploading image in React Native. We're going to be using that package. In this case, it's called React Native Image Up. I could just remember the name again. Yeah, React Native Image Picker. So we need to install that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and install React Native Image Picker. You still know how to do npm install, just npm I, and then paste the package name, and we just wait for it to finish up. So there we go, the installation is done. I think we actually need to do some pod install on iOS. So cd to iOS folder. So here in our iOS folder, we just basically run pod install to install these packages. Pod install. Yeah. So let's just wait for this to finish. Okay, so the installation is done, and we could just proceed to working on our launch image picker. So I'm gonna import no, so basically import these two from the Native image picker. There you go, and we can just start using both of them inside the function that we created here. So I'm gonna say in here. So first, right now we just want to be able to pick images from our library. So we already have the code suggested. We can actually accept the code here and just make some few changes to it. So I'm gonna tap on my tab button on my keyboard. So we accept all the suggested code. Just need to make some quick changes to it. When we be include base 64, we don't need base 64 to be included, because we're not trying to work with the base 64 image format for the image. We are just trying to work with the image itself and upload the blob to React to AWS storage. So max height and max width, we don't need that. I don't know if they have something called max size, but that will be very important. So just include, so they don't have it. Okay, since they don't have it, so just there's a launch image library for launching an image upload from your app. So there you go. So over here we are calling launch image library, and we are passing the options that we want a media type. The option media type is photo. We are waiting for the response that's been returned if a user picked something or they didn't. If the user canceled the image pick, so we are going to log out this, or better, we can actually alert the user by telling them you canceled the image upload. You did not select, so just import the alerts. I could say you did not select an image. And the next one is you're going to check if the response is an error code. We just console log it, and if the response is an error, so we just console log it and also alert the user, telling them what happened. I think that's actually better user experience to actually let the user know what's going on. Alert response.error message, and in for that I'm gonna say error. Yeah, there you go. And then you can console out the source. We are calling the source basically URI response.asset the URI of that image, but not holding the source. I can just comment this out for now. We don't need it. Basically, I'm going to console out the response.asset at index 0 and remove the URI part. Just console the whole thing out for us. Yeah, just give us the whole stuff. So I think we are good to go right now. Could just start testing this. cd out, clear this, and save. Head over here, tap on this, on promise. So we got a promise issue, and if you ask me to guess, I think the issue is basically because we didn't add iOS permissions. So we need to add an iOS permission. I think that should be the reason. But let's take a look at this package itself. Go to the GitHub repo. So this is the GitHub repo of the package, and inside the GitHub repo we have this installation, how to install it. So we already done that. Yeah, so it's requesting that we add all these we need to add this to our iOS info field. Is basically is permissions from iOS, so that iOS will know which of these should be allowed by the user. So over here we have to ns photo library users description, that we need access to it, and iOS will tell the user that this app wants to access this stuff. Also this with ns camera users description, ns camera user description, ns microphone user description. This and this are the same. So if you are allowing user to capture video and so on and so forth, you need to add both camera user description and also ns microphone usage description. But if you are allowing the user to capture image, add ns camera users description. So we already need this and this. So let's go back, open our S code, read from disk, and where's our S code? Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that to you guys. So there goes our S code. So in here, let's add this stuff. So I'm gonna copy the first one, add that, paste this, enter. So you see privacy photo library user description, add a description to it. I'm gonna say, please, we need access to upload your profile image. I think that's it. Is there any other stuff that we need? Enter. Next one, like I said, we need to add this to camera users description. Just copy that. What happened? Just copy that also and add that here. Camera users description, and say, please, we need access to upload your profile image. Yeah, we could have actually copied and pasted this instead of typing it out. Yeah, but this is basically what we need right now. And once that is done, think we can go ahead and test this again. Let me see if we're missing anything. Okay, so let's test this one more time. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, yeah, I disabled our syncing, so that's the issue. I disabled AWS syncing so not to incur charges since I'm in development. So the mistake we made is that we pushed our AWS right from time to the server itself. Doing that alone, we make our app sync with the server, whereby we might run out of the free monthly usage, and then extra usage will incur some payments and prices. So I'm gonna save this, run this again. So this camera needs to take time to sync. I need to terminate this, start the app again. Okay, so clear this, pod install, on pod install to make sure everything is okay on iOS. Yeah, so the whole stuff is installed. So cd out again, so we go back to our root folder and then run npm run iOS. Yeah, there you go. Let's see if we're actually missing any stuff. Okay, so let's wait for this to actually install. So we're installing this app on our simulator to test it out. Yeah, I think we are almost there. Come on, yeah. Okay, yeah, you can actually see the data showing up. So let's over here and tap here. So let's try the image upload again. So tap, and that was working. That's cool. So I actually see that working right now. See, you did not select any image. So that's the error, the message that the user will see when they come and cancel their image upload. They will tell them they didn't select any image. So go back again and try this. And you see you can actually upload images from the user directly from the user phone, and that's great. So yeah, so let's cancel this and try uploading any of these images. Try this, and you see that being consoled out in our console here. You can see this showing up somewhere here. So image picker source, you see the file name of the image that we picked. There's a file name, and you could actually see the file size of that image. And you see the so we have the file size, we have the width, okay, file size, we have the height, and we have the image type, which is image slash jpg. The image URL, basically the location of this image in our phone, or basically in this case, location of this image in the simulator. So yeah, that's the whole image details that we have right there. So let's start working on this. So we are able to get the image details right here, but that's not where this ends. So once we get the image details, we need to set uploads to true, that tell the user that we are trying to upload the image, and then upload this image to AWS storage. So let's see how that works. So I'm gonna leave this to out at the top. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna say try cache. Inside that try cache, so I can actually cache any issues that happens here. If there's any error, we need to tell the user something happened with an alert. So alert error to give them the error message, or we can just use our own defined message here. That will be error uploading your image. or yeah, or error uploading your image. I think that that's okay as an error message. Yeah, the user can actually understand what is going on with this error message. So the next is basically inside a try catch. So I'm gonna say const um, fetch. So use fetch file. So we want to fetch the file. Um, Thank you guys from the chat. Thanks for the encouraging words. Thanks. Keep the comments coming on. So let's say like I said, we need to actually be able to upload this. So I'm gonna create a constant called fetch file. And since in for AWS to be able to upload an image from React Native, so there's a way to do that. One major way to do that is to basically use what they call blob. So we upload blob to them, to the AWS storage. So this is how we do that. So we're gonna use await fetch. So basically fetch is native to JavaScript. So yeah, you use that for any HTTP request or something like that. You can use ASIOS or use the native fetch library itself. So over here I'm going to say await, but this is not recognizing the await instruction that we added there. That's because we didn't make this to be asynchronous. Yeah. So since this is an asynchronous right now, so we need to pass in the URL that we want to actually get hold of. In this case, I'm going to create another constant at the top. Create another constant at the top over here. I'm going to call that to be file. I'm going to say file is equals to response dot asset at index 0. So asset at index 0, that will be our file. And once that is done, so I'm going to pass that file in here with the URL file.url, and first unwrap this. Yeah, so fetch this file. We are using fetch to fetch this file from each location. Once that we have access to this, we are going to create another constant called blob equals to await fetch file.blob. So that's basically the image blob and other stuff. So once we get hold of that, what we need to do is to call constant upload task. You can just call it upload task is equals to we are going to use the storage from AWS. So I'm going to say await storage dot puts. So call the one that's a function called puts. So there are so many functions to use. You can use counts, put, get, and all those stuff, but we are using put because we want to put something inside the storage. In this case, our image. So I'm going to say put the file name, the name of the file that we want to put. We get it from the file property we created here, and again the blob, which in this case is an image, will return from here. And next, let's wrap this function up. So there you go. And the content type, so you have to give it a content type. What type of content are we trying to put inside the storage? In this case, we are saying file.type, and that's basically the content type. And the level, do we want this to be public? I'm going to say yes at the moment. So there's a level should be public in our storage. Our next stuff we are going to work on is to progress callback. So I'm going to copy that over. So there you go. So there's something called progress callback from AWS storage. So you get hold of this. We can give us the progress at each point in time the upload is going. So once it's uploading through the HTTP or into the internet, it's give us progress notified that okay, this is 1%, this is 2%, this is 30% or 50%, all those stuff. And this is how to calculate the progress. So we divide this, the loaded part divided by progress as total. The total progress will give us the current progress of the image upload. And we are going to upload it. We are going to be set image upload whenever this callback is being called to actually set this variable that we created over here. Remember, once we start the image upload, we need to call something called set image upload to true. If there's an error, we still need to set image upload to false. If the image is done uploading, this case we can actually say set image upload to false. But before we do that, we need to actually save this image to our database. That's basically save it to the particular user database, basically the model in our AWS console. That should be this, because each user has this model called user data model, which is going to have a picture URL of that particular user if they upload their pictures. So that's what we are going to use here. So I'm going to say await data store dot save. So what do we want to save to start with? So I'm going to say user data dot copy of the user data, or in this case it makes more sense to call actually say user data model dot copy, a copy of. I think that makes more sense. User data model dot copy of. So what we want to copy, the copy of this data model, and in there it should be user data, which is the current user, comma, get hold of the updated property. So there we go. And in here, so what we want to update, the image, but it's not called image, it's called picture URL. That's what it's called. And the upload task key, we don't need to add that as the image URL, but we're going to create a new image URL right here. And how do you create an image URL? First of all, you need to get access to your what's it called, image, to your bucket URL. So get access to your bucket, your Amazon AWS bucket in that case. So yeah, in this case our Amazon AWS storage bucket should look like this. So this is our storage bucket that we are going to be uploading our storage stuff to. So this is the storage bucket. So I'm going to copy this. You need to copy that, just copy that, the URL, and then head over to what's it called, head over to our environment variable. So that environment variable, I'm going to add that here. I'm going to call that Amazon bucket storage. Yeah, so Amazon bucket storage should be the URL that we copied. Just basically paste that in here. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So just paste that over here. Make sure it's our https // then your bucket name showing up here. And yeah, so that's how to do this. But I'm going to do this out over here. We're going to add my bucket. And yeah, to finish this up, so once you add your bucket URL, also try to say /public at the end. So you know that this will be from the public end. So whenever only public pictures that we access from here, any pictures that are not public will not be accessed from this end. So that's all you have to do. So just your bucket URL and then the extension of the folder, because whenever you upload something, it kind of divides it into folders, into folder section. I'm trying to see. Okay, we are going to see that in action once we start uploading something. Okay, I think we can do that from data file browser. Yeah, let's take a look at our file browser. Yeah, if you take a look at the file browser, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. You say public, protected, and private. So any stuff that is inside the public folder will be accessed by anyone outside your organization, or outside your phone, or outside your web, or any other store or platform. Protected, will not be accessed by anyone outside except the person who has the authentication key and all those stuff. The same thing with private storage, all those stuff. But in this case, we'll be using the public storage because we want to be able to access it outside it. Maybe the user want to share their pictures and all those stuff. So yeah, those that's part of the reason. But you can start try to make it private or something like that. Yeah, but in this case, like I said, I will be making it public. So yeah, there we go. Sorry guys, let me just replace this with my real storage URL. Let's see, whatever it is. So bring this up back here again. Let's continue. So we have this right here. So let's go ahead and create a storage with our storage. Since let's go ahead and create a URL with our storage. So basically, how you do that, I'm gonna say over here, and I'm gonna get access to Amazon. Remember the key that we use in our environment variable. Remember the key that we use in our environment variable to create the storage. So you have to copy the key. Once you copy the key, head over to state. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Not state, but basically where we declare our environmental variables module. Okay. So once you copy that, just head over to your app.environment variable, copy that key, the key that we used for the environment variable, and then head over to types. We have been doing this over here in our types, exports, and then replace whatever is in here with that key. So this is what I mean by the key for the environment variable, and save it. Once you save this, then we can start using this in our app. So I'm going to go straight into our edit profile and then paste the environment variable key that we have here. So it's going to be the URL slash the image upload key, which is basically the image name in this case. So it needs to import it from environment variable, and that will be the picture URL for the user. And the next, we can actually update the key itself. So I'm going to say updated the image URL key, which is basically the upload task key. And once this is done, we're going to set image upload to false. Yeah, that's cool. And again, we can set the image progress to 0.0. Yeah, that's it, and we are done here. So next is just to test this out. Let's test this out and see what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and test it. So head over here. So there's almost images we have been uploading previously. What I need to do is to say so we already know the last image you uploaded was on this day by 6:42 a.m. in the morning. So right now I'm gonna upload this to test it out to see actually if this works. So tap over here, choose any random image, and you can see, and that is uploaded, I guess. So let's try saving the reloading this. Yeah, let's take a look, a closer look. Why is this loading slowly? Come on. But this should actually show up here, but we need to actually figure out the bug and why this is not showing up here. But for now, let's take a look at what's going on here. Okay, let's take a look at the public, and let's see the next. Yeah, that worked. So take a look over. You can see the image you just uploaded now is this. This is the image uploaded right now, and you can take a look and see that the image was uploaded by 8:10, yeah, which is the current time we are at the moment, PM today. So PM today. So that's basically because the other ones are in AM, other ones are in AM. This is the only one in PM. So this is the image you just uploaded right now. That's cool. That's great. So yeah, since we already got the image uploaded, but we are not able to see the image show up here. We need to take a look and see why that's the case. What's going on? Um, so if you go over here, so once the image is uploaded, um, I'm expecting the whole app to actually reload. Um, yeah, the whole app to actually reload, and once that is done, the image container right here should be updated with user data picture URL. If the URL is not equals to, if it's not null, or yeah, yeah, if it's not null or undefined, any of that, that means set this to be true, and then pass the image URL to this image container that we have right here to show the image. But in this case, for some reason, we are not able to get hold of the image that we just uploaded. But we can actually test this out. So let's say once the image is being uploaded, we want to be able to show the user the image. I think that should work in this case. Let's see. But first, let's console log it out to see actually if the image exists. I'm going to say log upload task. In this case, I'm going to say uploaded image. Yeah, the uploaded image is gotten from user data dot picture URL. Yeah, so we're expecting that to be updated. Gonna save this. And head over and try this. A new upload again. Let's try uploading something else again. Try uploading any of these. Just random image. See the loading indicator showing out that something is going on. And image uploaded, and instead of the image upload is null, so which is strange. So if we take a look at our content right here, so I'm trying to open up the content part to see. I don't know why this is taking a long time to load. But let's take a look. Let's start our app to see if we're going to see any image once we get over here. An image should show up here. If it exists, it should actually show up somewhere here. But it's not showing up, and it's showing us an empty view, so that means something is wrong somewhere. We are doing something wrong here. Okay, I think that's because, yeah, I think it's because I disabled the syncing, and let me enable that. Okay. Okay, let's see why the image is not showing up where it should be showing up. For some reason, we can access the image. So say user data, the picture URL as a string, and what else? What else are we missing? And what else? What else? Else, if it's not true, shows an empty icon. But in this case, the image is with us, but we can't actually see it, which is not good. So we should be able to see the image showing up here since we already uploaded an image, but for some reason we couldn't find it. So let's debug our code and figure out what is going on. So we have an image right here, and I could actually say over here when the user is in the profile section, try to log the user image to see if it exists. So I'm gonna say picture URL, and I'm gonna save this. And for some reason it's showing up. Yeah, we can actually see that. So there's a picture URL right here. So there's a picture URL. We'll copy that, head over to our browser, paste that in. Okay, access denied. So we are having an access denied right here. Okay, I see. Think we made a mistake. So this should have a single slash. If you go ahead and save this, there you go. So yeah, F4C. So that's the reason why we're not getting any image showing up. You can actually see the image on the web. So this is the image we uploaded because we got a link from here. So this is how the link looks like. This is what the link looks like. And for that reason, we need to update this link to actually have one slash at the end and not a double slash, so that our image could actually show up. So to fix the issue, because that's actually a bug right now, what we need to do is to head over to edit profile. Inside our edit profile, I'm going to remove this slash that's out there. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to upload a new image. And let's go back to the full site and see if that's working. So right there, yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, nice. So our image is showing up. So you can actually see the image we uploaded, and that's showing up. So that's because we fixed that double slash of 18. I told you guys, this song was having a double slash before. Now we fixed it up, so it's no longer having a double slash, and we can actually view the image in our app, and likewise view the image on the web. So you can actually share the image with anybody or something like that as a link, and anybody can view it. And the same way we can actually view it somewhere. Yeah, so that's cool. That's good. That's good. So the next stuff is that if we head over to the edit profile page, we should be able to see the image. Okay, that's showing up too. That's cool. Now we can actually see our image show up here and also show up in the edit profile page. In that case, I'm gonna say enable caching. This should actually enable caching. The image should be caching. I think there's a property for that, whereby you can allow the image to cache. Let's see. Okay. Back. Okay, that's working. You can actually see the image caching working. So the image is cached at that point. So we can actually do the same for here. Profile image. Where is it? Yeah, I can actually enable caching. But we are using force caching in this case. So there are some side effects of using forced caching. There are some other caching you can actually look at. Default, use the native platform default strategy for caching. Use protocol cache policy. Forced caching, you can use that only if caching. So these are caching strategies to use. You can make use of defaults. So any of that. So we can decide to make use of default. Let's see how that works. So default, not F default. So it's called default. So default caching, save that, and do use default caching for profile, edit profile section. Do the same right there. Save that also. No, we're not doing any changes. So go back, come back, go back, come back. Yeah, so that's working. You can actually see the image is cached. You can go through back and forth. But yeah, so the last stuff we need to do is to be able to save our image. Not our image, we already saved our image, is to be able to save the user details. And I'm going to copy the code for that. So we want, in a situation once the user taps on this button, where's the button? So once the user taps on the save button that we have right here, save data, we should be able to call this save function to save the user details like this. So all we are doing here, we are console-logging the data that's been passed in. We are calling data store.save user data model.copy of this current user data model, and update this part, update the username, update the phone number, update the email. Basically update the email, update the phone number, and update the name. So these are basically what we need to update. We need the user to update for us. After that, then we can call reset. So reset any of these data here, and then go back to our previous screen. So let's try this out. So I'm going to save this, and if you try to call save, you're going to receive an error. So it says phone must be a string type, but the final value was null. If null is intended as an empty value, be sure to mark the schema as null. No. So it shouldn't be telling the user this. We don't need the user to see that. So for some reason, we need to fix something. Phone number. So I'm gonna say if this is empty, pass an empty string. So do the same over here. If this is empty, pass an empty string. Do the same. If this is null, pass an empty string. In that case, we have something added which will make the phone number to be empty. I think, yeah, let's restart our app, head over. Yeah, so it says now it's working. So it says phone number is required. So we need to add a phone number right here. So I'm going to say plus 97971. Yeah, just a random number, and there you go. And then you can actually save this. So let's try seeing that works. Like I said, this is our save function. When you call on save, this function is being executed for us to save this inside our data store and any other stuff, and then reset the form input, and then go back to the previous screen that we came back from. So if you go ahead right now and tap on this save, and it actually worked, we're able to save our details. If you want to see that in action, so let's go back, restart our app, head back here. So there's one thing that will actually let us know if our data is actually saved in the database. That's if we can actually see the phone number showing up in our app, the phone number that we saved. So let's go over here, and that worked. So you see that the phone number is actually here, so that means the data has been saved in the cloud, basically in our back end using AWS. because if the data is not saved, we shouldn't be able to see this phone number showing up here. So because this is only the only input that we change, other ones is already imputed for us because the user added a username during the registration process, the same with their email during the registration process, the same, but they didn't add their phone number. But in this case, we're requesting them to add their phone number or edit any of this, or also add their image, which they did. So that's cool. So today we are able to accomplish a lot. So we actually worked on being able to get user to upload their image using our app over here, and also saving that image on AWS cloud storage, getting the users to change their name, email, and upload their phone numbers. Yeah, there are a whole lot of stuff that we did, and yeah, I don't think there's something that we're missing, that we're supposed to do that we're missing, and I think the whole stuff is working. You can actually take a look. Yeah, if you want to test this out. Let's see. Okay, upload the image, another image. Let's try this. So let's wait for this to actually finish up. So upload an image. Okay, the image is actually uploaded, but for some reason it's not showing up here. Think I have we have a way to fix that. One way we can actually fix that is to do something called so whenever we save the image, I would also like us to call the image again. I'm going to say await data store, not delete. We're not trying to delete anything, but query. We want to query for this, get hold of this, and I'm going to call save to update our local data. If that's the case, if you want to do that, that means we have to make this an array and call one to be set user data, and also use record state right here, record state, and I think that should be it. And over here down below here, I could just say once all these are done with, just call set user data and pass in this. So I'm going to say constant user model is equals to await, which we're going to pass in here, user model. Miscellaneous is going to be undefined. In that case, I'm going to use an if statement. I'm going to say if user model exists, go ahead and call this. In that case, we won't get any issue if it's undefined or something like that. So let's mount this and save. Yeah, so let's restart, head back, we should be able to see our image showing up right there. Let's try this. Try this again. I'm gonna upload a different image in this case. Okay, the image is showing up right now, so there's the time it's showing up. So let's try uploading a different image. So let's see. That should actually change to the new image you uploaded. Yeah, nice one. So you can see that. So the image actually changed, and if you go back, yeah, the image also changed here. Likewise should be here also. That should actually show up fast. but it is delaying. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, I'm using default cache. Okay, yeah, that's cool. So yeah, that's it. So we're able to accomplish getting the user to upload their image, setting up storage, and all those stuff. Yeah, so that's a whole lot of stuff we did today. I think we already spent an hour plus. But if you guys have any question, you can actually drop it in the comment section, and I'll also be taking a look, replying you guys, each and every one, with your questions. And if you think there's something we are missing, you can just also let us know on the comment section or based on the chat section also. Yeah, so basically we'll be stopping here for today. Let's just try to digest this so far. So yeah, so tomorrow, basically, like I said, I set up to actually accomplish a lot today. Basically, add profile, edit, and also add seller account setup. So like I said on the title, we'll be doing seller account setup where we can just have a user register with us to be a seller on the platform through Stripe. So we'll be using Stripe for that. So there's a way to work around that using Stripe. So Stripe will manage your payments and also onboarding the user who wants to be a seller on the platform. Let's say we want different vendors of flower shops to be able to list their flower on the platform. Yeah, you can just use the seller part of the app whereby they can just register through there and become a vendor. They can list their flowers on the app, and whenever someone buys their flower through our app, then they get their money back, and yeah, it's a win-win for everybody. So yeah, we'll be doing that tomorrow. So that, guys, don't forget to join me here on tomorrow so that we can actually work on the vendor part. And we just completed the edit part of the app, so we'll be looking at completing the vendor part of the app tomorrow too. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, please do subscribe, hit the subscription button and also the notification button so that you won't miss the tomorrow session and the tomorrow live stream. And it's going to be actually great. And for those of you who are interested in creating an e-commerce mobile app on React Native or Flutter, I think I also did this on Flutter also. You guys can actually check my Flutter tutorial where I actually talked about creating a seller account using Stripe. Yeah, I think I did that on my Flutter tutorial. You guys can just check that out also. But we'll be doing that tomorrow with React Native. So join me tomorrow, and yeah. So that's it, guys. Have a nice day. See you guys tomorrow, and